Well, Scorpio, you're still under the shadow of Saturn this month, not for much longer. I'm Dadhichi Toth from astrological.com.au, looking at your horoscope for the month of August 2015, and what a powerhouse of energy in your 10th house of career we see. Let's start with that, because there are 4 planets there in your career sector, with Venus, the planet that rules your 7th house, as well as the 12th house of your horoscope. These 2 sectors, that planet retrograde all through the month of August into September, first or second week of September, indicating a revisionary period for you in terms of your partnerships, your professional life. Looking at that very, very closely, I think you've had to really undergo some major transformations throughout this period. We've talked about that, particularly as a result of the transit of Saturn through your sun sign. What a relief that's going to be once that moves out of here. There'll still be some curtailing of financial activities after that. We'll get into that later. But for now, these 4 planets, the Sun, Mercury, Jupiter and Venus, do indicate at least a breakthrough of some sorts. Now, for some of you, this can be the month that you acquire a new position. For others, with the revision energy of Venus there, the retrogression of Venus, it could simply be going back over what you seem to have already done in a way to perfect that. It's not exactly the friendliest planet for you, so you can expect mixed results this month. On the 1st, we see the full moon in the 4th house, so still a lot of focus going on in the family, and also, to a large extent, trying to control these other dominant forces that are there in the external world, such as your work, your money, through some internal mechanism of finding peace in yourself, not reacting too much to these outer challenges that these planets have brought you in recent months, and that's all good stuff. We see a few other significant transits here. The transits of your ruling, or one of your ruling planets, Mars, that takes place on the 9th, and the transit of Mercury, that takes place on the 8th. Mercury moving into the 11th house, that's significant in terms of increasing your profitability. That's always nice, especially for you, because that place of profitability, the 11th house, is ruled by Virgo, and Mercury functions in its best during its transit in that 30-degree segment of the zodiac. Why? Because Virgo is its exaltation sign. So for most of you, I could say that if things have been slow financially, then at least you could see some sort of spurt here, or at least some ideas to get you back on track to level that all out. There's been huge expenses for a lot of you, shown by the South Node and Uranus in the 6th house. A lot of those expenses may have been brought on suddenly for some of you, but at least now we've got a balancing act going on. The transit of your ruling planet Mars into the 10th house means that it comes into the position where it gets directional strength along with the Sun. This is very, very powerful. These 2 planets function extremely well in the 10th house. And if you've been finding that your energy for work has been sort of waning, you can see that that drive is coming back. There'll be a lot of physical upliftment with this particular transit as well. So this is good. You'll be seeing your exercise regime coming back on track, your dietary habits, all that sort of thing, which can only help you in terms of your work and other departments of your life. The other one there is the transit of Jupiter. Now this is a pretty significant one, only happening once every 12 years, also moving into the 11th house of profitability. Now, whilst Mercury will exit this sign very quickly, in fact, it's a pretty quick transit after the 28th, Jupiter is going to remain in this sign probably for a year or so. And that means that a slow but steady build-up and acquisition of money and a fulfillment to a large extent of some dream or desire or goal that you've had for a long, long time. I always say to my clients, and I say it to you, if you want to see how this particular transit is going, look back over the cycle 12 years ago, because it was doing pretty much the same thing. It would have moved back into this sign around 2002, 2003, around that time. Have a look at what was happening in your life at that time, and you'll at least get, I guess, an indication of what's likely at this time. The new moon on the 14th is particularly powerful and takes place there as well in the 10th house. Now, with all the pressure you've been feeling as a Scorpion, this new moon, I believe, is going to just blast it wide open for you. Some of you have been rummaging within yourselves as to what you can do to maybe change what it is you're doing, get into a field of work that is more in keeping with who you are spiritually, emotionally and mentally. And this is the time to do that. But whereas before you've maybe been beating your head against the wall, this is a time when the new moon just naturally opens that up to you, and you can see that path opening up before you. So I really like that. The sun moves out of this 10th house, really great position, into maybe not as good a position, but a very good position, the 11th house as well. So you see this dominant theme for Scorpios this month of the 10th house of career, upliftment, the development of your ego, who you are, a sense of self, and then the 11th house, which is your profitability and where you're going to make your money, how you're going to make your money, opening up your social circles, your contacts that can help you further your professional success. The transits are good this month, and hopefully we're going to see a breakthrough after several months of, cloudiness, if I could call it that, for you. You can get more information from my site, astrology.com.au. We have the daily, yearly readings and a bit more in-depth analysis of these monthly readings, which this is just a synopsis of. And I hope to see you here next month for more. That site again, astrology.com.au. I'm Dadhichi. Till next month, have a good one. Bye-bye.